Hey, it's Joseph here. I'm trying to do another sort of casual, maybe a little bit of vlog style video. It is holidays and I've got a lot of boxes to go through because companies are now having, the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas sales, and they want to showcase more products. And I have this obligation of showcasing products that are going to be useful for the professionals. So I've got some boxes here that I need to go through, but that is to come. I have these products here, which you can't really see. So I've got these products here that I want to discuss about today. Now you can't see my face. I think that is worth the thumbnail. I've got several products here which I want to showcase today. They are all from RAVPower, although I have purchased some of them on my own, and some of these are actually product samples of RAVPower for me to showcase to you. And the name kind of gives you the hint, RAVPower, so this is where all the power comes from. I mainly ended up purchasing a lot of devices because keeping your devices charged up is quite important, whether you're at home or in the office or on the road. The last thing that you want is running out of power and not being able to do the tasks or important things that you were planning on. If my phone runs out of battery, I can't really get to anywhere because I wouldn't really have a map anymore. Let me go through some of the notes that I have here. So there's actually two different charging technology that I want to mention today. The first one is actually the power delivery. With the surge of USB-C devices means that you can charge up your device and carry the data at the same time, and perhaps even displays, the sounds, all sorts of things through a single cable. So you can carry one charging brick and charge up your laptop, your phone, keyboard, mouse, headsets, whatever the devices that takes USB charging. And power delivery is the key here. Actually here it denotes power delivery, PD, and you got to look for power delivery in the description of the product, which means that either your phone or laptop can utilize a higher wattage the devices can provide. And this specific one right here is a 90-watt charger, so it is considered pretty high wattage. It can go up to 100 on some of other chargers, but this specific one is providing 90 watts, which is a plenty for me. And it actually has a double prong here, so it can charge two different devices if it needs to, but when it's charging a single device, it can provide up to 90 watt, which is impressive on this very small size. So the days are gone for carrying a dedicated charger for your laptop, and if you ever break it or lose it, then yeah, you just gotta buy that expensive OEM charger, and until then you can't really use a laptop. I don't know if you ever gone through that, but it was quite terrible. And because these are easy to find and they're more cheaply available than OEM laptop chargers that only charges your laptop, means that you can actually buy multiple of them and have one at home, in the office, and one in your bag, so you just carry around all the time. You don't have to take it out every single time, that sort of thing. I touched up on the wattage a little bit. Whilst wattage don't mean everything, but it is a good metrics for you to understand how much power that these devices are providing for your laptop or phones. So for laptops, it can be ranging anywhere from 45 watt to 100 watts, and then for phones, anywhere from 5 watt to 15 and maybe 20 is sort of the typical range for those devices. Your laptops are gonna require much higher output, and oftentimes higher wattage means that you can charge those devices a lot quicker as well. And even if you're using a big fat charger for your tiny little device that is requiring much less wattage, the devices kind of talk to the charger and figure out which is the most optimal charging, so you don't have to worry about overpowering your devices. So let's look at a couple of devices that I'm gonna test charging today. First is my laptop, Dell XPS 2-in-1 device. This is my daily driver. And then I have my phone over here, which is Samsung Galaxy S10e, which also takes fast charging. So I'm going to test these two devices. They both accept charging through USB-C ports. So I have a couple of USB-C cables here. This is one that was included on the RAVPower package. So this is sort of the rubber cable. I'll use these to charge my devices. And in case of my laptop, it requires 45 watt to charge at a regular rate. Actually, if I were to pull out my original laptop charger, which is this one here, and on the brick here it states that it is 45 watt. So this is a AC adapter for 45 watts, and one other end is USB-C. Look at this mess of cables, and it doesn't really fold in a way, and obviously I haven't really used it all that much because I still have plastic wrapping. So I just put this aside. My laptop does provide charging through lower wattage than 45 watt, but it's gonna charge at much slower rate. So the minimum that I wanna go for in terms of wattage is at least 45. And I have seen a lot of devices requiring 65 watt as a minimum, so that might be another number that you need to look out for. So actually, instead of carrying this mess, what I prefer to carry around is actually this one right here. So instead of that, this one lives inside of my bag, and this one outputs 45 watt as well. And as you can see, it is a lot cleaner setup, and there's a prong which you can fold nicely, and it is quite slim. So here's thickness compared to my phone. I would say about twice thicker than my phone, but it is quite thin compared to regular chargers. So if you have a very small, slim bag, this sort of device, it's not going to stick out as much. That definitely has a benefit, especially when you're trying to minimize the amount of stuff that you carry around. And when you open up the prong, you can just stick it onto the wall, and then the cable is basically going to stick out from the bottom, and then you can charge up your device that way. So this is a lot cleaner setup than a mess of wire that original laptop chargers provide. When you're done charging, you can just fold away and then put this away in your bag. And in terms of what I keep at home or the office is actually this one here. Let's go ahead and unbox this one. Couple of paperwork. So here are two tiny little things that was included in the box, and that's going to provide enough of charging for me in the office or home. So here is a regular power plug, which you can undo this zip tie, and then it provides power. So you can plug this to a wall. I actually conveniently have a power plug right here. So I can plug that in, and then the other end goes to this device here. And this tiny little thing can provide up to 65 watts, and it is a 4-port desktop charger, so which means that it is having 4 different ports, 2 power delivery USB-C ports, and then 2 type A ports that's going to charge regular USB-A charging devices, which is great because this means that this can live on top of your desk, and whenever you're coming to work, and you can just connect your USB-C device and up to the device like my laptop over here, and then it's going to charge my device. There's a little light that comes up here indicating that it is being charged, and if I want to charge my phone, I can charge on any of other ports. So you can charge up all of your peripherals with this single device. There's a difference between total output versus a maximum port output. So here on the back, I can actually read that each of power delivery ports have 65 watt for each port and 18 watt for the USB-A type port. So if my laptop is the only thing that's been connected to this charger, means that it is going to charge at 65 watt. But if you connect anything else, it's going to drop down to match the total output as 65 watt. So if your phone is occupying 10 watt, which means that your laptop is going to draw 55 watt. So this specific unit I'm actually using at my office to charge my laptop whenever I arrive at the office, as well as charging up my peripherals such as mouse, keyboard, and my wireless headsets whilst I'm gone. So whilst I don't think this is perfect for travel because of these cables that kind of connect, but because it has so many ports that you can charge your devices with, I think it's a great solution for your desktop. You can just leave it on the desk and then charge different devices. And if your laptop requires more than 65 watts, or if you just don't need USB-A type ports, then you can actually rely on this one. So it has a prong that it folds out. You can just simply plug it onto the wall, and then it has two different USB-C ports, as I have mentioned. This is much smaller than old MacBook chargers, and yet it provides more than enough power for many of laptops that are out there, so it's quite impressive. So this specific one, I use it from home. I just leave this plugged into my outlet, and then I always just have a cable that is hanging out off of it so that I can charge my devices as I arrive home. And the next scenario is, what if you're traveling? I imagine you're not traveling as much as you used to, and I used to do that a lot, and I always needed just sort of power on the go. Let's say you're going into the woods and not have power source to charge up your laptop. What would you do? And this is when this box, or the device inside of the box, comes in handy. Let's go ahead and unbox this one. So this one reads RAVPower PD Pioneer 20,000 milliamp hour 60 watt 2 ports power bank. So it is a power bank rather than a charger. And a cable included. So again, two different things included in the box. So this is a nice little cable that's included with the device, and I will be able to charge up my device. So this is a power bank or portable charger that is having enough power to juice up your laptops as well. And because my laptop only requires 45 watts, so for the power delivery output, it is able to push out 60 watt. So that is way more than enough for my laptop. Let's see if it has any charge. It actually has 3 dots from the 4 dots. So it has maybe 75% in terms of battery charge. It has been in the box for a bit, so I don't expect it to have 100% charge, but it is having USB-C port as well as USB-A port. So let's go ahead and connect this to my laptop. So as soon as I do that, I can see my laptop is charging. There's a indicator right there for me to tell that it is actually charging. And at the same time, I can actually attempt to charge my phone as well. So USB-C to A port, and it is going to charge. So yeah, this is going to contain a lot of power and power up multiple of your devices, including your laptop. Isn't it amazing? And notice how it included the number 20,000 milliamp hour. And from what I understand, my laptop has 51 watt hour battery. So with this battery bank fully charged, it is able to push maybe 40%. So it is definitely not a full charge, but whenever you're in that emergency of needing power urgently, this power bank can take care of you. And now I am left with these two little ones. Basically, this one is a smaller mini version of this big one there, and it is actually outputting only about 29 watts, and it is only 10,000 mAh battery, so it is not pushing as much power. Let's actually test 29 watts is actually enough to power my laptop as well. I actually haven't tested this yet. So take the cable, plug the devices. Okay, I do see the light, but it is saying on my computer that it is slow charger, so it may not charge at the full speed. I can actually end up using more battery than the charging speed, but your laptop may require much higher wattage as a minimum to charge up your laptop. So you're gonna have to test that out or read off of the specification. And this tiny little one is actually 65 watt. And it is not much bigger in terms of volume to this one, but yet it has two different ports. So one USB-C and then one USB-A type port, so you can charge up multiple devices with this one. And then it is having total wattage of 65, which is great. If your laptop requires 65 watt as a minimum to charge up your laptop, then this little device is probably your best bet. And I really like this one because it is so small. In comparison, this is an old iPad charger, which has total output of whopping 12 watt, and this is how big it is. It does have a folding prong, which is great, and we all seen this before, and one single USB-A port, and it is enough to juice up your phone at a faster speed, maybe. Certainly not enough to charge up your laptop. However, this one is a little bit bigger, and thickness is about the same, I would say, so it is not that much bigger than the iPad charger, but from 12 watt to 65 watt, it's such a difference, and this one is enough to juice up your laptop as well. And this is all because of gallium nitride. You might have heard of it. Sometimes they say GaN on the description, which in a simple terms, it is able to output power in much more efficiently. Therefore, you don't need as big of a form. That's why the chargers have gone so much smaller than what it used to be. And seems like RAVPower is just using that technology and making their devices much smaller than what we have seen traditionally. So if you want to get rid of the clutter inside of your bag or home or office with a simple combination of a cable and a charging brick, then RAVPower is going to provide the solution for you. And certainly these are not all. They have many more devices that are meant for different ways of charging and that sort of thing. So I would certainly check out their website. I'll leave that link in a description for you guys to find and purchase these devices if you're interested in. If you have liked this content, please like and subscribe to my channel if you want to continue watching these type of videos. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.